Today, I'm going to share with you 5 very clear signs that indicate when a woman is not really interested. These signs will be like an eye-opener so that you don't make mistakes and, most importantly, so that you don't end up getting carried away. Knowing how to recognize these signs can help you save time and avoid disappointments, in addition to guiding you towards women who really add something positive to your life. By understanding these signs, you will also begin to realize what sets a high-value woman apart. And with this perception, you will be able to more confidently choose someone who is aligned with you, so that together you can build a healthy relationship based on respect and reciprocity. Sounds good, doesn't it? So let's get to the point. What are the 5 signs that show that she really isn't interested? Before we begin, I want to remind you that we are making a book available where you will learn everything about seduction. The book is in the first link pinned here in the comments. There are only a few copies, so hurry up and get it. Sign 1. Very slow responses. The first sign that she's not interested is very subtle, but easy to notice when you pay attention. She takes forever to respond to your messages. It can take hours, sometimes even days, and when she finally responds, it's as if she's just showing up, without any urgency or enthusiasm. So, you decide to give her the cold shoulder, to see if she misses you, if she notices your absence. But what happens? Nothing. She doesn't care, she doesn't miss you, and she shows no interest in pursuing you. Suddenly, after all this time, she reappears out of nowhere with a casual hi, as if everything was normal, as if you had just spoken yesterday. You, trying to be polite and still believing that you can have a good conversation, respond and try to start a conversation. But soon you notice that she disappears again, or when she does respond, it's with that impressive, almost professional coldness. She sends super short messages, those monosyllabic responses that practically kill any chance of conversation. He doesn't ask questions. He's not interested in knowing how you are. Nothing. This is when you need to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is it worth investing time and energy in someone who doesn't seem to see you as anything more than a distraction? Is someone who doesn't show any interest in really getting to know you, listening to you, and building a connection with you really valuing you? Remember, your time is valuable and should be spent with someone who wants to be around you, with someone who shows a desire to be part of your life. If you've made it this far, don't forget to check if you're already subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of our new content and learn more and more. Let's move on to the next sign. Sign 2, avoiding dates. The second sign of disinterest appears when you try to arrange a face-to-face meeting and she finds a way to get out of it. You're there, exchanging messages on WhatsApp, the conversation is interesting, and everything seems to be going well. So you take advantage of the mood and suggest a date. After all, it's natural to want to spend time together, isn't it? But surprisingly, she disappears from the conversation. It's as if your proposal never even existed. Her silence says a lot. The lack of response speaks louder than 1,000 words. Later, when you try to resume the subject, she pretends that nothing happened and simply changes the course of the conversation, focusing on any other topic, except the date you suggested. She may like to keep in touch, and even think it's cool to talk to you, but when the conversation moves on to something more, like going out together or building something beyond friendship, she shows that she's not on the same page. This type of behavior makes it clear that she's comfortable keeping you at a distance. You become a convenient presence in her life, a sort of comfort zone where she can seek company without compromising anything. Deep down, this indicates that she sees no reason to take the next step. So if you notice that she always shies away when the idea of a date comes up, it's a sign that it might be time to reconsider how much you should invest in this connection. Sign 3, always busy. The third sign that she's not interested is the famous "I'm always busy." Let's face it, no one is that busy. What really matters are priorities. Everyone organizes their lives to give attention to what they consider important, be it work, family, friends, or even their favorite hobby. When a woman repeatedly says that she doesn't have time, what she's subtly communicating is that you're not a priority for her. Think about it. For someone she really likes, she makes time. Even with a busy schedule, she can adjust her schedule, respond to messages quickly, and even plan a date. But if she always says she's too busy, that's a clear sign that you're not high on her list of priorities. It's not that she doesn't have time, it's that she chooses where she wants to invest that time. At this point, it's essential to show respect for yourself. Don't fool yourself by chasing after someone who doesn't value what you have to offer. Remember, not everyone will recognize the value you have, but that person can never be you. You need to be the first to value yourself and set boundaries when you notice that someone isn't investing in you in the same way. Now, do you want to learn how to become a more authentic man and increase your chances of success with women? Click on the link pinned in the comments and get your exclusive ebook. There, you'll find practical strategies to win over the woman you want, strengthen your confidence, and transform your interactions. Don't miss this opportunity to raise your game and stand out like never before. Sign 4, conversation without engagement. The fourth sign that she is not interested is when the conversation turns into a monologue, and you are the only one talking. She doesn't ask questions. She doesn't show any curiosity about your life, and it seems that any effort to keep the conversation going is exclusively yours. You try everything. You bring up interesting topics. You bring up subjects that could flow naturally, but she remains distant, cold, and uninterested. It's as if she is physically present, but emotionally miles away. This is a very clear sign of disinterest. It may be tempting to think that maybe she is going through a difficult phase or is even involved with someone else. But in reality, the reason is less important than the message she is sending. If she is not investing in getting to know you and keeping the conversation alive, it is because you are not a priority for her. So, is it really worth continuing to insist on someone who is not willing to get involved? The truth is that relationships and connections work like a two-way street. It requires effort on both sides. If you realize that you are walking this road alone, it is time to stop and ask yourself what you are gaining by continuing. Value yourself, take a step back, and move forward. There are people who will truly see you as a priority, and these are the people who deserve your time and dedication. Have you ever had that uninteresting conversation with a woman? I want you to leave your comment talking about it. Sign 5, talking about other men. The last sign that this woman is not at all interested in you is when she starts talking about other men in front of you. She comments on how interesting she found so-and-so, shows photos of other guys, and even describes dates she has had, or how interested she was in someone. If she is comfortable enough to talk about her contacts with you, it is a clear sign that she sees you as just a friend, and nothing more. Now, there is one small exception to this rule. If you've mentioned other women to her, or made a comment that might have made her slightly jealous, she may be reciprocating in kind, trying to make you feel the same way. But aside from that possibility, when she talks about other guys spontaneously, without any provocation from you, it's a strong indication that she's not interested in you romantically. She sees you as a friend with whom she can talk openly about her romantic interests. But unfortunately, you're not one of those interests. In this case, It's best to be honest with yourself and move on. After all, we deserve to be with someone who sees us as more than just a shoulder to cry on, who wants more than just friendship. Value your time and energy and look for someone who truly wants to be by your side. Now that you've noticed these signs, it's time to stop and reflect. Above all, respect yourself and save your time and energy. Instead of continuing to insist on someone who isn't investing in you, direct your attention to women who really show interest. Look for those who respond to your involvement in a reciprocal way and who are willing to build a true connection based on respect and mutual admiration. That was today's video. Now, you know how to identify the clear signs of disinterest and, most importantly, what to do to move forward in an intelligent and conscious way. If these tips were useful to you, subscribe to the channel and continue following content that will help you better understand women and build healthier and more satisfying relationships. And don't forget, like the video and share it with that friend who also needs to open their eyes. That way, you help the channel grow and bring this knowledge to more people who can benefit. Thank you for being here, and until the next video.